right, this is our mentoring session with Mr. Borden. This is covering Standard 9, which is called Professional Learning and Ethical Practice. So we're getting close to the end. How did I do on this one, sir?
You did great. You did awesome. So, looking at the very first one, professional ethics standards and laws. Mr. Litweiler, just observing his classroom and the things going on in there, he respects every child. At the beginning of the year, we have to sign documents saying that we're going to adhere to these different things. He's following all the rules. Any kids that have IEPs, he's making sure that those children are having the same good learning environment. So, in that sense, because I've heard no complaints, and I've heard no complaints from anyone, is I'm going to go ahead and put an outstanding in there, because this can become difficult sometimes when you have such a diverse crowd of students. So, granted, we are always supposed to be professional. Sometimes it can weigh on you, and I haven't seen him slip in any form or fashion that would, cause any kind of violations, whether it be district, state, or city. Going in, did the candidate use culturally relevant learning experiences? And I think he has done really well in there. Also, I'm going to put outstanding in there. The reason I'm going to put outstanding because he brought up his own experiences in numerous exercises, numerous assignments. So even if there are children in there who have not experienced it, got a picture of what it looked like. For instance, when he spoke about the Grand Canyon and the different rock formations and those different things. And so he's always and continually in his lessons, he has no choice but to kind of understand the culture of his environment, because we are a very diverse school. So granted, something may not be written on paper. He's doing it the other way, just by modeling, being courteous, understanding their needs, understanding their situations. So again, I put him at an outstanding there. Next one, did the candidate take responsibility for student learning and use analysis and reflection to improve the student learning? Again, I am going to mark him an outstanding because we as a school use data all the time. Mr. Litweiler has been required to have various data tracking systems. He's also done the backwards approach where the students are leading it and taking care of some of their own data. He's not the only one doing it. And then he also has to review any kind of benchmark data that we do 3 times a year in preparation for our state tests. He takes it very seriously because we do as a district, and we are questioned on what we're doing to help the kids. What can we do better? And, not to mention, we have our observations. Mr. Litweiler doing 2, being a first-year teacher here at Kingswood. Kingswood is my old school, West Point. But he, gets an observation, he gets feedback, and then he goes with whatever feedback he got. So he's doing well there. Going to go outstanding again. On the next one, did the candidate use data to assess student learning and make necessary adjustments? Again, I'm going to say that goes with what I just said. We have various methods to track the systems, to know who might need an IEP. They might need another form of response to intervention. He has his kids, the ones that do need that. He knows who they are, and they are identified, and he's in compliance on their needs. So we're going to go ahead and put that outstanding there. And I really believe in that area, the fact that he does use his own personal experiences for maybe a child who cannot maybe read at the level he needs to read, he can at least get that visual and that mental vision of what Mr. Litweiler's talking about. Next one, did the candidate participate in professional development and other professional growth experiences? We do this on a weekly basis, some in-house at the school, some where we go to different places, different schools to take professional development. And actually, Mr. Litweiler did actually do a professional development class for us with mathematical mindset in a book study that we were all conducting as a group in our committee. So he's constantly looking at other resources. I've seen him take just things that I've given him, used them, and implemented them in the school. So again, I'm going with outstanding there. So that's what I have. He's really just taking it to the next level. The greatest thing about him is that he's willing to listen, and he's willing to be a sponge, and whatever he can get and absorb, take it and use it in the classroom.
Well, yeah, I appreciate that, and I don't have any feedback other than to say, it feels great, and I am thinking about this coming to a close.
Excuse me.
Next week will be Standard 10, and then really it's a conclusion week after that.
Right.
And so we are getting very close, but again, thanks for your time, and this was Standard 9, and I will sign off.
Thank you.